Hello, what's up, fellow humans? So today I am actually in my new place in Queenscliff in Manly on the northern beaches of Sydney. I just moved here just over a week ago, and it's been really nice. I've just been settling in here. So what I'd like to talk to you about on this video today is the MBSR course. It's the mindfulness-based stress reduction course. And at the moment, I'm 2 weeks in. So I thought I'd share with you a little bit of my insights that I've experienced so far. So basically, the course that I'm doing is a free course, and it's run through Palouse Mindfulness. So you can Google that company, Palouse, and Palouse Mindfulness. They offer a free 8-week MBSR course, so it's pretty cool if that's something you're interested in. Mindfulness-based stress reduction is a course which is usually run over 8 weeks, and it costs usually around about from what I've seen, around about $200 to $400. Don't quote me on that, but it's in that region. Often in some places on kind of a sliding scale of what you can afford, depending if you're a student or if you're working full time, or what your life situation is. So being able to do it for free is really, really cool, especially as we've been here. There has been a lockdown on the northern beaches because of COVID, so it's been really cool to be able to do it at my own pace, and at a time where doing it in person wasn't possible. Although it's still available as an online course, being able to do it for free is really, really cool. Free and online, so the best of both worlds. So I guess you can work it out that it's a pretty good deal. So yeah, check it out, Palouse Mindfulness. So I started it during the Northern Beaches lockdown, and so it was a really cool time to start. And basically my reasons, I've got this little piece of paper which you fill out in the beginning of the course, just to kind of set your intentions. And kind of my reason for doing this course was really, I'd done a fair bit of meditation before. I started out with Vipassana meditation probably around about 8 to 9 years ago, and which is a form of kind of Buddhist insight meditation. And I did 4 10-day retreats in that tradition, and I got a lot of insight from the retreats, and it really helped to improve my meditation practice. The one thing that has remained elusive for me over that period is consistent daily practice, and I think that's probably the most important part of a meditation practice, is the consistency, is that you're able to do it day in and day out to get really the best benefit from it, and for it to have a long-term sustainable impact to your life. So I was able to have a daily practice for sort of say 6 months, and then I might not meditate for 3 or 4 or 5 days, which was okay. But I think not having that sort of 8 years of consistent daily practice, I definitely saw when I was able to do that for long chunks of time, sort of 6 months or 9 months, that my meditation just really flourished. And then when I didn't meditate for a week or 2 or a month or something like that, then anxiety and stress would really creep back into my life. So this has been really good that's one of my main goals, is to have a daily routine and yeah, this has really helped with that. So when you start the course, you write out this little piece of paper, which is kind of getting started with MBSR. And I've written here that by the end of the course, I'm hoping that I'm better able to manage stress and anxiety. So that's something that I've been working with quite a lot and affected me quite a lot with my university studies last semester. I'm currently doing a graduate diploma in counselling, and I found that I was very, very stressed in that first semester, and I don't think I've ever been that stressed before studying or perhaps in life, really. It was pretty brutal. I missed 3 out of 4 deadlines and thought it was going to fail the course. So stress was a big factor, to be honest. And that's something I would like to experience way less of going into this next semester. And I feel like in life in general, it's massive, especially in these times, is to be able to deal with life less stressfully and to be in more harmony with and more at ease with my daily experience of whatever that entails, study, work, just a general sense of well-being within the challenges of our ever-changing world. So yeah, and what the other goal, as I've already mentioned, was to have a daily practice and to maintain that. And so far for the 2 weeks, that has been the case. I've been practicing every day. I've actually done the second week twice because I was traveling at the time, and in the third week you go more into mindful yoga practices, and that was a little bit tricky to do when I was traveling. So I decided to do the second week twice. In order to help you get into your daily routines, it talks about setting a time out for your mindfulness practice. So at 7 a.m. every day, or roughly there or thereabouts, I sit down in my little seat, which you can see here. That's my meditation cushion and seat. I sit in there and I meditate for at least 30 minutes. Yeah, and I put there, where am I planning to practice? In the corner of my bedroom, in that seat. Having a seat or a cushion or a place to be able to meditate is massive. Sometimes when you're traveling and things like that, it's quite hard to have a set spot that you meditate. But when you are dwelling in one place, as I am now, that is an absolute game changer, to have one place that you're like, okay, this is my spot to meditate. And I can move around and things within the place, but to have one place that's set up is just awesome. And it's great because that cushion there can also be the thing that I use for meditating when I'm moving around and traveling. So just having somewhere that's comfortable when you look at the cushion when you're traveling, or when you're back here and you think, oh yeah, it's time, I'm going to meditate every day. So yeah, just this kind of little piece of paper helps you to kind of set your intentions for the course. And yeah, it's been really helpful. So some of the insights I've got so far have just been, there's the raisin meditation, which you start out with. So that's really feeling and tasting and touching a raisin so that you get the experience of really experiencing what it is to taste something mindfully. So that's the first meditation that you start out with. And then you move on to a sitting meditation, which is a meditation where you'll have awareness of breathing, and you focus on your breath. The thoughts come and go, and then you bring yourself back to the awareness of your breath, either through sensations in your stomach or through your nasal passages, or wherever you may be feeling it. And then there's the body scan, and the body scan involves feeling sensations or moving through parts of your body and feeling what you may feel in that specific area or what you may not feel. So awareness of not feeling a specific area. I have sometimes I have struggle. I find it difficult to have awareness in certain parts of my stomach, but that's okay too. It's just whatever comes up. So and then going forward in week 3, I'm going to be introduced to the mindful yoga. So I'm looking forward to that. And each week I write up little notes of what happened in each session. And they have a formal practice, which is the mindful yoga or the body scan or the sitting meditation. And then the informal practice so far has been awareness throughout the of a period of the day where you focus on, for example, week 1 was pleasant sensations and week 2 was unpleasant sensations. So an example of that might be that you sit down and you drink a cup of tea and you really feel what it is to taste the tea, to feel the warm water hitting your tongue, to really taste the vibrancy of the flavors in your palate, and to really experience that tea. It might be, and that might only happen for 5 minutes, or it might be your breakfast, really tasting the muesli and chewing on it slowly so that you really experience the flavors in your mouth, what that feels like. It might be a shower, so you might go into the shower and then really feel. So often we go into a shower and we're lost in our thoughts, so it's just coming back to the feeling of the water, hearing the water kind of pitter patter onto your body and feeling the warmth of the shower, and then using that shower as a tool for mindfulness. So when you feel yourself coming back to thoughts or thinking what might happen in the day, coming back to the feeling of the pleasant sensations or the pleasant experience of having that shower. In my experience, I actually was in the Blue Mountains when I was doing it, so I would really feel the cold water when I went into a waterfall, feeling the my feet go numb, and the invigoration of looking at the waterfall and taking in all the senses that are around me, the warmth of the sun on my back, the sound of the birds, the enjoyment of sharing the experience with my mum, the just beautiful moments around, the dragonflies, the butterflies, really just opening yourself up to the depth of experiences that are happening in that specific moment. So I think that's really what mindfulness does, is it's a focusing mechanism that brings a richness to your life, a richness that it was always there, but it's mindfulness is a way to access that and focus yourself so that you are really experiencing a deeper level of experience, really. You're kind of awakening to a new perception of the world. So it brings a lot more fulfillment and reduction of stress. So that's kind of just been some of my thoughts and feelings from 2 weeks of the MBSR course, which I thoroughly recommend. and I'll hit you guys up for some more updates at the end of the next week. So I'll see you then. Thanks for listening. Peace.